You're very welcome back. Now, how do you like your eggs in the morning? Thanks to two men, we can appreciate the versatility of both chicken and eggs. Biking across the globe, this duo sought out the best poultry recipes in the world.
Yes, and today British television presenters Dave Myers and Cy King, a.k.a. the Hairy Bikers, have joined us to talk about their latest journey. And you're very welcome, chaps. Great to have you here. Chicken and egg, I suppose the question keep getting asked is which came first, but I want to ask that.
It was the chicken. It was the egg. It was definitely the egg. Because obviously when the lizard became the bird, there was a point where the egg was inside the lizard became a bird. And
but then that was a lizard.
Yeah.
Well, listen, why these two classic staples, chicken and egg? Everybody loves them. Why do a book and a series about them?
Well, it was something that Dave and I thought about 10 years ago, and we just kind of developed the idea over that period of time, and then it came to a point where we said, can we do something about this idea? And they said, yeah. And the thing is that chicken is just about to be the most eaten meat on the planet, and it's kind of a food, and it's a staple that we take for granted. And then the egg, you just do. You have it for your brekkie in the morning, do you? You dip your soldiers in, and you don't even think about it. But we eat it, and and most of what we eat, particularly in the Northern Hemisphere, is chicken and eggs. And, you know, the variations of the theme in Asia and right across the planet, really.
I mean, goat's the most eaten meat on the planet at the moment, but it will be overtaken shortly by chicken.
Right,
but I think in Britain, there's something like 2.5 million chickens a day get eaten and 50 million eggs.
That's a lot.
And the welfare...
That is a lot. You make some omelettes with
Can you imagine the size of the omelette with that?
But, you know, it's really versatile. They both are. I mean, because you can have, like, you know, fried chicken, you know, dirty fried chicken on a Friday night. It's great.
Curries, love them.
Or a 3 Michelin star. You know, chicken's versatile. Eggs, everybody grows up with a chucky egg for breakfast. Or then you can go somewhere and have a fantastic souffle. I don't think we could have done a series on any other food stuff.
Absolutely.
Other than chicken and eggs.
Well, the thing is, you've biked, you've bantered, and you've baked your way across the globe, basically. So with this chicken and egg, what have you found? What was your favourite dish? Because there's so many to choose from.
Israel was pretty amazing.
Was it?
The new kind of wave of Israeli cooking. It's really exciting and vibrant. From, you know, shakshuka, like the all-in-one. It's like poached eggs crossed with a pizza without the crust, isn't it?
It's great.
It's really in America, the fried chicken. Morocco was good, but I think France.
Do you know what's interesting is how you guys met? Because you worked in television, both of you actually. You worked as a locations manager, you worked in prosthetics, Prime Suspect, Spooks. We have Harry Potter in there as well.
We do.
The story behind that is fantastic. So you're talking to, did you say 1993?
1993,
so 23 years ago you met.
23 years ago, and we've never been separated. I've spent more Valentine days with Dave than I have.
It's true. I had my first Valentine's night with my wife this year.
Oh my God.
It was really weird. But anyway,
how did you meet?
It was... I got the job as a makeup and prosthetics designer on the Cooks, and Cy had done a couple of the series before. And it was like the production manager said, come down to the pub to meet the team. And there's a pub called the Egypt Cottage next door to Tyne Tees Television. And everybody's there, you know, with the media sandwich and the spritzer or whatever. And then he's playing pool. I heard this, Julian, what's the curry today? And he said, it's really good curry. And he said, I'll have a pint and naan bread. I said, well, I just have what he's having. And
that was it.
We got the call sheets and all the stuff done in the afternoon. Then we went back to the pub. And he sold me a really, really rotten motorbike.
You had to mention it, didn't you?
No, it was...
You had to mention it.
I got well and truly ripped off. And actually, I was living in the Highlands of Scotland at the time.
Oh my
goodness. And he came up in a minibus, which is a location bus he managed to borrow with the seats out.
Sure hope they didn't know about that.
to get the bike back and sell it, give him the money back. But he brought about 4 of the crew with him. So I ended up staying at my house for a week. And we started cooking. And we've been sort of firm friends ever since. I've seen his kids grow up, and we've had all sorts
like all good ideas, like it makes sense now, the Hairy Bikers going around the world cooking this great hearty food. But how do you pitch that to BBC executive? We're two blokes, we're not, you know, Michelin star chefs, but we're going to cook and ride around motorbikes.
Well, I have to say it wasn't easy. Looking like us two, and looking like we do, it's not, you know.
But we never set out to do a cookery programme.
No, we didn't.
Did it go through straight away, though? Did they kind of accept it or not?
Years, but we wrote to 6 producers that we'd worked with.
So you had the contacts,
Kind of, but it was pretty... We had no contracts with commissioners, but it was a great man called John Stroud, and he'd won, like, the Golden Rose of Montreux for comedy, but he never didn't do factual television. And he was at university with a friend called Vikram Jayanti, who won the Oscar for When They Were Kings with Muhammad Ali. And they got together as buddies decided to try and do something with us. But it was like the show with no name because we had no idea what we were going to do. And we got 1 hour away with BBC Two.
And there's not a lot of people make that transition, and the industry's quite resistant to that, whether they admit it or not.
You were
from
outsiders,
going behind
essentially,
camera to in front of camera, and it's just like a big no-no. So we had kind of all that to deal with as well. And you know, we're not the two. You know, we're not beautiful like you guys. You know, we're just two normal gadgets, aren't we? Really, you know,
the best eye candy on the screen.
Well, I think it's brilliant. You've dabbled in dancing, Dave. Like, we have to go back to 2013 with Strictly Come Dancing. I mean, well done.
Thank you. Well, 7 weeks.
You loved it.
For a middle-aged fella with 6 left feet.
Do you know what? He's never talked about anything else since.
That's a great picture. That looks kind of dangerous, Dave.
No, that was me. Moves like Jagger.
Moves like Jagger,
The
yeah.
morning after that went out.
Probably slightly better looking partner than you normally have. If you don't mind.
Steady on.
Yeah, I did. I did
terrible in a dress as well.
I did upscale, I think. That one. But the morning after that show went out, there was something like, I just thought, because I just did what I thought I should be doing.
Okay,
like, and as Ernie Wise would say, all the steps were there, not necessarily in the right order. And I went for it, I had energy. And the next morning, there was something like nearly 10,000 likes on Facebook.
Good man.
And I turned up to my wife and I went, and I'm there covered, I had a double instant tan. So I looked like a giant Satsuma. And I said, oh, God, love, what have I done? I said, I don't know, darling, but you've done it up to your armpits. and then that was 7 weeks.
Yeah,
it was extraordinary. But the thing about you guys, and I know you were in the Mississippi with the real stodgy, you know, chicken and all that, but like a few years ago, probably one of your biggest hits was the Hairy Dieters.
Yeah,
when you
that's
changed
right.
everything and went healthy. Like, where did that come from, and what's it enabled you to do since?
Which is, but to be honest, it was we were morbidly obese, and we kind of had just been ignoring it. And there was a mate of ours went, you know, boys, you're really going to have to do something about this. And then we just thought, well, look, because we're like that, we're dead open and honest fellas, and we just thought, well, look, if there's middle-aged men that are struggling, because blokies pretty much don't talk about that sort of thing.
No, sure.
And we just thought, right, okay, well, let's start to talk about it, because it's a big problem. And I mean, there was some evidence that the UK particularly was one of the most obese nations within Europe and all of that. So we thought, right, well, the only people really we can lecture to and kind of go, hey lads, you know, pull your shorts up and let's get on with this, was middle-aged blokies. So that's what we did.
Position. Yeah. And it was where it came out. The production company said it was interesting doing something to do with the Olympics. It was with 2012. And we went, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be great though? You know, like when the space race, when I was a kid, and these inventions came down to help the ordinary bloke. I mean, at this point, you did 20 stone, I was 18 and a half. Because we're just overweight now, we're not kind of on death's door.
We're still big lads.
Aye, we're never going to be skinnies. But then it came apparent that there was nothing that if there was anything in the technology of the Olympians that would filter through. And it became apparent that not really, just go on a diet, lads.
Sorted out.
So we did it 3 months.
And you guys did not just introduce sort of food to blokes and cooking to blokes, but help blokes deal with dieting and confront it. And I suppose chicken and egg has healthy and maybe not so healthy as well.
Chicken ticks a lot of boxes. And I mean, before the dieters, I had the borderline type 2 diabetes, and basically I have my sugars done every 6 months. Fine.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Wish you all the best with the book.
Thank you.
It's great to have you with us this morning. Good stuff, the Hairy Bikers. Right, lots more still to come. Stay with us.